Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Najwa Daleman. This is my part. My part is Titan. The presentation topic is communication in organization, focusing on oral communication and nonverbal communication. It's an assignment for the organization behavior course. You can see in the next page, there are 6 parts here. The first one is foundation. The second one is oral communication, and third one is nonverbal communication. And the fourth one, comparison, and the fifth one is barriers and solution, and the last one is conclusion. Uh, the main message for for the whole sorry, the main message of the whole presentation is communication is not just speaking, it is creating shared understanding. Okay, so let's talk about introduction. Communication is essential for achieving organizational goals. It helps employee and manager share information and work together. And the last one, this assignment focus on oral and nonverbal communication. Okay, so next one, definition of communication. Communication is the process of sharing information and meaning. It involves a sender, receiver, message, and feedback. And effective communication reduces misunderstanding and improve productivity. Okay, so now my part is done, and let's next with Sakin.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Mirao Nhật Hưng. You can call me Zakin. So now let's look at why communication is important in the workplace. Clear communication helps employees understand their responsibility, produce feedback, and expected behavior. When people understand that what is expected of them, they can perform their job more effectively. Communication has 4 key functions. First, motivation. Managers use communication to raise and give employees so they can perform better. Second, information. Communication helps set goals, deadline, and work produced with employees. Third, control. Organization communicate rules, policies, and standards to ensure that everyone follow the same guidelines. Finally, interaction. Communication build teamwork, trust, and strong relationship among employees. Okay, let's discuss to maintain our communication, oral communication, and nonverbal communication. The first type is oral communication. This refers to communication through spoken word. Example include meeting, discussion, presentation, and phone calls. Oral communication allows people to exchange information directly and receive immediate feedback. The second type is nonverbal communication. This type of communication does not use words. Instead, it includes facial expression, eye contact, gesture, posture, body language, and tone of voice. Then nonverbal signals help express emotion, attitude, and feeling.
Hello, my name is Wan Iskandar Hakim. I'm from BBA semester 2. Now I would like to continue my part, which is what is oral communication. Oral communication is the process of sharing information through spoken word. It is fast, direct, and useful when immediate feedback is needed. For example, in a meeting or discussion, the speaker can explain ideas directly and the listener can ask questions immediately. This makes oral communication very helpful in organization because it saves time and reduces confusion. Here is an example of oral communication. This slide shows the example in the workplace. Oral communication can happen in meeting, which is meeting, presentation, training session, discussion, and customer service. In meeting, employee shares idea and make decision. In presentation, Information is explained to an audience. In training, employees learn new skills through spoken and explanation. And the last one, in customer service, staff communicate directly with customer to solve problem. Therefore, oral communication is used in many daily activity in an organization. So net is advantages and weakness of oral communication. The advantages are that it allows quick explanation, direct feedback, stronger personal connection, and it is useful for persuasion and motivation. For example, a manager can motivate employees more effectively by speaking to them directly. However, oral communication also has a weakness. If the speaker is unclear or if the listener is distracted, the message may be misunderstood or forgotten. Therefore, oral communication must be clear, simple, and supported by good listening. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Zahid Estate Fazli, and today I will talk about oral communication, the exchange of information through spoken word, face-to-face, phone, video call, meetings, and more. And why it matters. The first one is leadership, effectiveness. Leaders share vision, goals, and motivate employees through fair speech. The second one is teamwork and collaboration. Team members discuss tasks, divide work, and solve problems together. The third one is immediate feedback. Receiver can ask questions and clarify instantly when you receive error. The next one is problem solving. Oral discussion collect diverse viewpoint for better decision. The next one is trust and relationship. Personal conversation build trust and reduce workplace distance. The last one is improve customer services. Good communication begins help customer understand information and feel satisfied with the services. Oral communication, strength and limitation. And for strength, the first one is fast and direct. Message delivered quickly without delays. And the second one is immediate feedback. Receiver can ask questions instantly. And the third one is personal connection. Face-to-face book relationship and trust. And the next one is persuasive. Tone and emotion can motivate and influence. And the last one for strength is flexible. Speaker can adjust based on listener reaction. And for limitation, we have no permanent record. Spoken message may be prevented if not written. And the second one is risk of misunderstanding. Poor pronunciation or fast speaking can confuse. And the third one is emotional influence. Anger or stress may distort the message. And the next one is not for complex data. Detailed figure require written documentation. The next one is depend on listening. If the listener is distracted, communication can be failed. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Joshua Haim. I'm from semester 2, BBA student. And today I would like to continue the presentation of the communication, which and the in that my part is like non-verbal communication. So I would like to continue. Before we start, when we can see the non-verbal communication in our daily life, in every daily life, of course. Hi, madam. How are you? Assalamualaikum. We say like that. Hello. Hi. And we smile also. We yeah that we make eye contact also. So and we use a hand gesture also. So some people talk that they use so many like hand gestures to get the attention also. Some people use the voice. They talk loud and they talk slow. They use the voice tone to get the attention from the people. all about non-verbal communication. So, what is non-verbal communication? Of course, in the definition, it's communicate without words. So, it can be anything. For example, facial expression. Hi, I don't like it. I don't want to go. Even between the friends and friends. Eye contact, right? So many people we talk like that when we see that when she talk like she cannot make eye contact. When he talk like he cannot make eye contact. Maybe he is lying. Gestures. Now I talk. Hi madam, how are you? Gestures also. Body language also. Right? Posture. So many and tone of voice. Tone of voice like which place and then be like especially when we see the people like a presenter like a host people in a like a ceremony they do like voice like the to high voice high tone also to express the meaning emotion and attitude we become angry sometimes we shout we become sad we cry so those kind of information all the thing we have done in our daily life is called non-verbal communication. Okay, so let me continue the next part, which is the importance of the non-verbal communication. So as we can see that all the non-verbal communication features in our daily life. So it's very important. Of course, it's very important in the organization, especially in our business. Okay, so for example, when we are making the meeting, so we should okay, let's say that I'm doing the presentation in a meeting. So we have to make an eye contact to the audience. If we don't make an eye contact with the audience, we just look at like this. What happened? Of course, this can be like a not maybe like an uninterested, like maybe not boring like a presentation. It will be like an attractive communication, and like it can be like an effective communication. It can be leading to this. So this is a kind of like example, right? So of course, like as we some kind of example like in Asia. So they say like this, right? Asia, like okay, selamat datang. Like in Thailand also like sawadee krap. They say they look at the passenger and they even smile. They like smile. So this is kind of so that's why Asia is very famous also like in customer service also. So those kind of thing is very important in our organization in the business also. So let's see that supporting the spoken messages, right? Also that shows a confident and professionalism. That's as I say, like what we call in the presentation, in a meeting, when we're talking with the boss, talking with the other superior people also, and also like helps understand emotion, of course. How? So we have understand this guy become like a lack of motivation. How can we help? How can we motivate his feeling to motivate to be motivated and to walk in and to be interested in the to his performing techniques. So how can we motivate? So like this, reducing misunderstood. Of course, hand gestures like sometimes non-verbal information or I mean some kind of non-verbal like we misinterpret, right? Sometimes like, she just making a straight face. But actually she's so friendly, she's so nice, she's so helpful. So those kind of thing we have to know. And with this why is method is very important when we are communicating with the people. We have to understand not only the verbal communication but also the non-verbal communication. Okay, so let's look at the types of the non-verbal communication. Number one is facial expression. Of course, we smile, people think like, oh, friendly also. Maybe like we become straight face. Oh, this guy's, can like maybe uh, strict also. Maybe like, hard person, difficult personality, not easygoing also. Eye contact, especially is very important in our organization or in the business. We make a meeting in a like people don't make an eye contact in the presentation. They just ignore. They just looking away. So like just I said, it like become the lack of confident. Like especially in interview also, right? We have to make an eye contact when we're talking also. This is the one of the type also. Like it's a sign of like giving attention. Okay, next tone of voice. So, the voice, the tone color, the voice. We, as a manager, when he or she giving an order, hey, can you do this sometime? Hey, can you do this for me? Like, okay, we have to be use the tone of voice to influence the other people, right? So especially like in a job like we have to take a serious we cannot be like easygoing, of course in some area like we used to be like a soft voice, easygoing, talk like giving a motivation like a I'm probably the other subordinate we can use. But when you have to take a serious organization, serious like a situation, we have to take a like a calm down, like this. Next is posture and gesture also, of course. Like way like the giving a like a hand posture also, like the way the way the people say, also the way he communicate, the way using the hand posture gesture also. This is also like a talking about the communication, non-verbal communication. Maybe like when we can see in our business area as a professionalism, the people you know always use those kind of thing as a tool like to communicate with the other people. Okay, so personal space also the non-verbal communication. So we have to automatically understand this kind of personal space we have to give, like how we talk to the like how what kind of distance we should put, especially like okay, some people like they have to put like a not normal personal space, for example, not too close, like it's okay. But some people like okay, maybe there some generation like some like they they like a closer like distance, so like this like you are proper listening, we are giving the proper listening also like this. Also the body movement also like when we see the like body movement, for example, like they can talk also, the behavior also we can see their body movement, they are talking or they are just reading, or even in the presentation, we can see like this also from their like icon there, first like body feature, they are using of their body, hand language, so many like body language, we can see so many things like from their body language. So it's also the non-verbal communication. Okay, thanks.
Okay, so let me kindly continue, madam, because I think there is an internet connection that really, really bad here. So, non-verbal communication, like there's a strong limitation. Of course, like when we see there is a spoken message, not only talking, we support with the hand gesture, eye contact. There is a that can be misinterpreted. There are some people like, oh, you. I saw like in a one my cousin family like, oh, like the like madam, like when we talking like the people we use a hand gesture also, but his mom like, hey, you are using so many hand gesture, don't use it again. Oi, I said, well, also like that can be maybe like she think like personally she think that the hand using the hand gesture like it's not a good attractive or something. Communication emotion automatically when we cry, this only the other people can know like there's a already emotional knowledge we already give to them, right? So again, create the first impression, smile, confident, eye contact, personal space, right? Also, the customers can be used in customer service also. Like it can even identify a hidden reaction. So when we just handshaking, oh, this guy is so afraid. Like when we see down, this guy like doesn't care. This guy like maybe like legs, legs shaking also. Or this guy didn't give a respect. We can even record their lives also. I mean, maybe regard their lives like it's a good bad person. We can easily uh, use it. But of course, there is some kind of different cultural differences. There is some kind of culture like they accept like the hand shaking is a kind of like a communication, but some kind of like handshaking they prohibited right in Islam also between the man and woman. Also influenced by personality, some influence personality that can change our non-verbal communication behavior also. Let me contradict the spoken word. Maybe so many can gesture, so many movement can interpret, can intercept the given, not the maybe the given communication information. Also, maybe not detailed enough. Also, of course. Next. Okay, so let's kindly have a look between the oral communication, the difference between oral communication and verbal communication. So number one, like we use a spoken word, like the other one, no need to use a like spoken word. We just use a body language expression. Clear given information, do this, do that. Right? Sometimes like show emotion, attitude, like it shows emotion, maybe it shows a personality, attitude. Example in a meeting, presentation, phone call, give like getting information, right? But the other icon that gesture, posture also, so we can see also, like we can see, but we maybe that is not a spoken words. So also like everyday verbal feedback, we can listen to them. Like, can you give me the advice? Can you give me the feedback like this? Okay, the other one, the feedback through the reaction and behavior. So when we shout, the other people will shout. It's like angry like this also. The best for the explaining idea. Yeah, so when we use like the one in the presentation meeting, we cannot just not nothing spoken. We just use the body language. We cannot. We have to communicate. So using the verbal communication, we have to keep get the information for the other people, for the other third party or the second party. The best for the spoken messages. Okay, so it can be less spoken for the like provide for the our spoken language. So like based on the like body language, based on our facial feature icon that also, as we can see. Okay, so in the way verbal, also the non-verbal, we have a communication process. There should be a sender, encoding channel, receiver, decoded, and feedback. So sender will give verbal or non-verbal information. Show the sign, hello, hi, wave, maybe the talking also. Maybe like some like there is an encoding that convert to the receiver, like a channel. The channel is not channel medium, like a brand that is the medium use face to face, email, maybe like call, like cashews, also like a channel. So body language. So if there is a noises, we can that. So when we go to the receiver, there can be disruption based on the noises. Noises can be happen at any stage. Like maybe another slide I can explain it more. So it can be like physical distraction, language barrier, emotion, poor signal, or any other information overloaded. So there's a decoding or like receiving after decoding. Oh, okay, I understand. So after understand, there will be the feedback, like how he understand, and there will be how he respond. Also, like we can see in the communication process also. Okay, let's move on to the in detail. So please kindly look at the infographic communication process one. So as you can see, as I want to show this here, like noises can happen in any stages. For example, let me kindly give you the one example, madam. So yesterday, like madam, like we know, like I asked, right, madam, what is your office location? So madam say like BT6, but I really highlight the maybe that I not I'm not clear, like also, oh, it's a big he says, I think that maybe I'm just very confused. So I asked my friend, hey, can you hear, like he also not, even he is in the class in a Zoom, in a online class, also he cannot hear also. So I was really, so I just confused. So why is a noise happen? Because like maybe the internet connection, there may be there's some other noises, like okay, the other people talking. There may be the other people want to ask madam also. So there's some kind of noises disrupt our communication between madam and I. So it become disrupted, and I'm not clear information. So later I have to come and text madam, where is it BK6, right? And then I confirm and no, it's a BT like this. So those kind of like this is can happen. So noises can happen, so in any stages, when the sender give the information or when the like receiver before receiver receive the message also, maybe in a channel also, maybe in encoding stage also, maybe in decoding stage also, noises can happen in any stages. So there should be the any form, and it can happen in any stages. Okay, there will be the barriers for the disrupting the oral and non-verbal communication. Of course, obviously language differences. So when we talk with the other people, sometimes we don't understand their language. It become our disrupt our communication process. poor listening skill in a meeting, like people don't give it attention, so it can become like lack of the information. Cultural differences like a gesture, eye contact, body language also have a different meaning, different interpretation. Different people have a different interpretation and different perspective. So like lack of the feedback, some kind of like they don't give a fully, you know, feedback. They don't respond back again. So like sometimes don't know like is it the receiver truly understand or not. So last one, distraction, as I told, is in noises. Maybe the other kind of any kind of noises can happen, and also it can reduce the communication effectiveness. So how do we improve our communication skill, which is in a verbal and non-verbal? So we have to practice the active listening. We have to have like practice so much. You know, these days like people don't really listen to other people opinion, other people life also, so other people's side also. So this is a kind of like communication process become reduced, right? So like this, use a clear language instead of talking the with the language that the other people don't understand. We have to use a clear language and a specific words also, especially that should be used by the manager also, like then when they are talking to their employee. Encourage the feedback. We have to listen to the feedback from the receiver people, the respond from the receiver. We have to encourage. Choose the right communication channel. Maybe we have to use what is the effective way. So like a training, maybe in a oral communication, training communication, maybe uh, maybe the presentation. Some people like a group project, some people like a voluntary. So many like those kind of communication that we can communicate with our subordinate people, maybe they would colleague also. Improve the non-verbal awareness. For example, like we have to be awareness not only the other people, we have to have a self-awareness also. So what is my non-verbal, communication of, like a strength we have, like how, like is it body language, or is it eye contact, or is it like a handshake, maybe the weakness handshaking, or maybe the what we call body reaction, like a, leg shaking, like a knee shaking. Oh my god, we scare like this. So and maybe when we like nervous or we handshaking, this is also body language. So how can we control, how can we cover, how can we practice, and how can we improve like this? So we have to respect the other people individual cultural differences, also manage emotion, as I said before, like fear also can disrupt our communication process also. Improve the workplace design, like a friendly, comfortable like workplace, like instead of creating like a so many steps and so many like communicate organizational structure. We have to create like a flexible organizational structure. It can promote our employee to communicate, to have a good communication with their subordinate, also their colleague, and also their superior also. So this is all from me, and thank you very much, madam. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name Brunisa. Dislike recommendation for organization. Now, how can we actually improve dislike? Give use five specific recommendation. 1. Improve communication skill training. First, organization should offer formal training in active listening, presentation skill, giving and receive feedback, conflict management, and non-verbal awareness. 2. Create an open communication culture. Second, build a safe environment where employees feel comfortable asking questions, sharing ideas, and reporting problems without fear of blame. 3. Choose suitable channel. Third, use face-to-face meeting and again to sensitive issue, and use writing channel like email or document for detailed record that need to be referenced later. 4. Encourage two-way feedback. Managers should always check for understanding and actively invite employees to respond, act follow up, and share their own perspective. 5. Respect individuals' different Finally, avoid jumping to conclusion. Remember that cultural personality and past experience all shape how people communication. About conclusion, now to bring everything together, let me conclude with the key takeaway. First, communication is essential, is the foundation for sharing information, teamwork, and active organization goals. Second, nonverbal communication support our spoken messenger through emotions, attitude, and body language. Don't overlook it. Third, oral communication is especially valued in leadership, feedback, problem solving, and customer service. And finally, effective communication directly improve employee performance, workplace relationship, and overall organization success. In the end, communication is not just about speaking, it's about connecting. And when we connect better, we achieve more together.